Hi guys, King here. So this is a coin, yes, and this is a mic. It's a very tiny mic. This is a Moano T5. It's a coin-like size mic that is amazing, and in a lot of ways, like the Hollyland like M2 that is popular right now in podcast or YouTube or vlogging. And in this video, we are going to talk about this mic. This mic is about 9 grams, which means it's very, very light. So essentially, when you have this mic on you, you most likely might even feel you have this mic on you. It has a battery life of about 9 hours on a single charge. But with the charging case, you have an extra 30 hours, which is a long time, battery life on this single tiny mic you're seeing right here. This mic also has a 80 decibel signal to noise ratio. Now, what that means is that it picks up barely any surround noise. But even if it does pick up surround noise, it has 3 modes of noise cancelling on 14 different levels. Do you know how crazy that is? 14 different levels. This mic also has 24 bits of audio format, which again is the same thing like the Hollyland like M2, which is why I said they are similar in a lot of ways. This mic also has a range of about 300 meters, which is about 1,000 feet. So that is between your camera and then the mic. That's a long range if you ask me. And if you have bad voice just like me that have an husky voice, this mic has voice filters that you can use to make your voice go from husky to warm to bright. And I think another one, I have 4 different voice filters that you can use, with this mic. That is again using the Moano Link app. What are the things that you find in the box when you get this mic? So once you open the box, the first thing you'll be greeted with is a leather-like carrying bag. And in that carrying bag, you have 2 LAN wires and a charging cable rather. And this is a type C to type A charger, and it's about 1 meter, I think, or 1.5 meters. So essentially this is what you want to use to charge the carrying case of the mic. After that, next thing you see are paperwork. So your manual, for instance, and then in that manual you would then see different kind of stickers that you can use to cover up this branding in case you don't like the branding. And I think that's pretty cool. There's a variation of stickers out there you can use. But once you're done with that part, the next thing you would then be greeted with is a hard case. This time a second case, but a hard shell carrying case. And once you open that up, obviously you will be greeted with the receivers. There's 3 receivers in this carrying case. There is a Type C receiver, which is for people using Android phones or iPhone 15 upward. And there is the lighting cable or the lighting port receiver as well. This is for people using iPhone 14 downwards. And then there's the camera receiver. Now the camera receiver is the one you would want to put on your camera just in case you're using this mic for a DSLR camera or a mirrorless camera. Another thing you would also find in this hard shell carrying case are the clips. Now this mic can be connected in 3 different ways. One is the LAN wire that I mentioned earlier. Another one is a magnet at the back of it that you can just put inside and just clip it on. And the third one is the clip, which can also clip that on the side and just clip it on your shirt. So you'll find that in the carrying case. Another thing you will find in the carrying case are 2 windproof. So this is when you want to do outdoor shoots and you have a lot of wind. It's a windy area, you don't want the wind to go into your recording. You just put that around the mic and you still clip that on your shirt. Another thing you would find in this carrying case is a 3.5mm jack. Now this 3.5mm jack is the same jack you would use when you're using a camera receiver. That is then will be plugged into your camera. And the last thing you will find in this case is Type C cable. It's short Type C cable, again to charge the receivers, because receivers have an external support that you can charge in the receivers. And then you then see a charging case with the mics inside of them and their receivers and the transmitters, I mean to say. So you see 2 mics and you see the receiver for the camera. In the charging case. The charging case obviously charges with the Type C, and a very compact case that seems durable, and the material seems to be something that will last for a long time without getting cracked or tear easily. It's important to note that you get all of these things if only you purchase the combo version. Now there are 3 different kind of versions, but there are 4 different kind of versions of this mic. There is the combo version, which is one I have, that comes with 3 receivers. I mean to say the Type C, the lighting cable, and then the camera receiver. You can go for individual packages. So you can go for the Type C receiver alone, or you can go for the lighting cable receiver. You can go for the camera only, package. But advice, if you can afford it, just go for the combo package. So you're future proof. So if you're going to shoot on your phone, you have something you can shoot with. If you're going to shoot with your camera, you see you have something that you can shoot with as well. So let's talk about the app that the mic comes with. So the mic comes with a app that's called Moano Link, and then I'm going to show you guys how this looks like and how this works. Okay, so once you have your app opened on your phone, you are greeted with a page that tells you that the mic is not connected. That's because I've not connected this mic. So if I now plug in this mic, I'm using the Type-C receiver, plug in this mic. Once you have the receiver plugged in, the mic automatically connects, to your receiver. And what you will notice is that it changes to a green light. Now the green light obviously tells you that it's on and it's connected, but it also means that noise cancelling is turned on. So by default, the mic will turn on noise cancelling. So what you want to do if you don't want noise cancelling is you just press the noise cancelling button once and it changes to blue. Now, once you have the blue here, you also have the blue on the receiver. So this way you can be able to tell what mode you're on. Or you can turn that back on if you want as well. There's also a mute button on the mic as well as the receiver as well if you want to mute on the receiver. So if I click on the mute button, you will see that the light changes to red, just like the same thing happens here, changes to red as well. Which is pretty awesome, like I said. So this way you can be able to monitor what mode you're in or what mode you're not in. Now, what are the features that we have in this app? So obviously, one of the first things you see is a picture of the mic, and then you see your microphone gain. This is how much volume goes into the mic, or how much volume how much volume goes into the mic essentially. So if you want more gain, means more volumes, but that also means more background noise. So you don't want to put it up at 15. You want to put it at say maybe 9 or 10. And you also have a different mode of active noise cancellation or noise reduction, which we will test later in this video. And then you have what is called noise coloration. Now this is also referred to as a noise filter. You can use it to filter your noise and select whatever kind of noise, whatever kind of voice filter you want, from voice enhancer, the warmth, and the rest. Again, we will test this some later in the video. And then you have what is called the phone speaker output. This is very important because a lot of this mic out there do not have this. So once you're done recording with several mics out there, you would have to pull off the receiver, be able to hear back what you've recorded. But with this feature, you don't have to do that because once it's turned on, even with the receiver plugged in, you are still able to listen to what you've recorded without taking this off, which saves you time in the long run. And then you have channels. You want to record in mono or stereo, you have the option. Stereo, mono is the best if you ask me, but yeah. So that's pretty much all about the app. There's not so much. It's intuitive, it's simple, and it's just easy to use. So all of these features and all of these specs that I've mentioned and everything that this mic has will be of no good unless the mic itself is good. So we're going to test this mic right now and see what it sounds like. And I'm going to switch from this BM800 to the Moano with T5. What you're currently listening to right now is the Moano with T5 without noise cancelling turned on and without any voice coloration turned on. The mic is about 6 or 7 inches away from my mouth. As you can see, I've clipped it over to my shirt just using the magnet that came with it, so there's no clip or there's no landline around my neck. Let me know what this sounds like. I'm going to switch over to noise cancelling right now, and then we can see what that sounds like. This is a mic with noise cancelling turned on. I have a fan right next to me. I have a phone playing in the other room. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but this is noise cancelling turned on at a slight mode. Let's switch that up to the other mode and see what that sounds like, if there's any difference between this mode and the other mode. What you're listening to right now is the noise cancelling turned on, but from slight mode to moderate mode. I don't know again if there's any difference between the last audio and this current audio. Again, I have a fan right next to me that's at level 2, and there's music playing at the other side of the other room. Okay, so I have this at strong mode in the noise cancelling. So again, there's still a fan right next to me. There is music playing in the other room, and there are cars passing right my street because it's the highway, or not really a highway, but it's a busy road. So yeah, let me know the difference between this and the two previous ones that I've earlier recorded with. And I'm going to switch this off to custom mode. And custom mode is when you can now decide how strong you want this to be with the 14 levels of die that you have. So this is the mic at custom mode at the highest level with noise reduction turned off, or rather turned on. So again, let me know the difference between this and the 3 previous one that I've tested. Again, the fan is on right next to my side. Music is playing at the other room, and there are cars passing, on the street. So let me know if there's a difference between this and the 3 previous one that I've tested. So let's test the voice coloration and see if there's a difference between my voice if it makes it richer, warmer, or whatever they say it do, So let's test that together as well. This is me testing again the voice coloration, but this time my voice enhancer is now changed to brightness. I don't know if the high levels of my voice is increased and the low is reduced. I do not know, but this is what brightness sounds like. Hopefully it sounds better and not so shabby. You guys let me know what you think, if there's a difference in the way they sound. This is me again testing the mic with with voice correlation turned on, but this time in warmth. So essentially what it's supposed to do is supposed to give it a podcast like sound, but you sound a bit more warm and rich and cool. I don't know if that's how it sounds like. You guys let me know how it sounds like in the comment section. This is me again testing the mic with noise with voice coloration change it to huskiness. I don't know who this is meant for actually. Maybe it's someone that has so much deep voice and they want to reduce the bass. I'm not sure, but let me know what that sounds like, what huskiness sounds like. So that is the mic with all of this preset, with all of the noise reduction it has. We've tested it from slight all the way to custom. We've tested the voice coloration from voice enhancer all the way to huskiness as well. Currently I'm back to warmth and I'm still at strong noise reduction, even though it's not like it's noisy here, but I just prefer having that on. Let's talk about the price of this mic. This mic retails for 200k. Now the price may vary depending on who you're buying from. On your website, it's currently being sold for 99 USD, but that is in the US obviously when you pay shipping and everything. But I got mine from a lady in Computer Village that I found on Gigi for around 200k Nigerian naira. Obviously some people will sell that for more or for less, but she was the cheapest that I had found. And apparently there are not a lot of people in Lagos selling this mic currently. I could only find just 2 people on Gigi, or even 3, and I think she's all of them, that sells this mic. All you will see is the Lark M2, Boya, and the other brands that you have out there. But yeah, there's a lot of people selling them, and she was one of the people that was selling it, and so 200k that I got this mic. Now this mic is not cheap, I'm not gonna lie to you. 200k is not something most people want to buy, want to pay for a mic, especially if you're just a beginner content creator. But one thing I would say about this mic is that it is future proof, and what I mean by future proof is the fact that it comes with all of the receivers. So if for some reason I switch from my iPhone 12 mini, which I'm currently using, to say an iPhone 15, I do not have to worry about getting a Type-C receiver. Now granted, a lot of this mic comes with Type-C and Lightning cable, but what happens when I switch to a DSLR camera or a Sony FX3 or FX30? It means that I now have to start looking for a camera receiver that I cannot use with my mic, or I may have to go buy another mic completely different so I can use that with my camera. But this particular mic is future proof, so in the nearest future, if I get a mic, if I get a camera, which I plan to do, I have a receiver for that already, just waiting, to be used. If I switch to an Android phone, I have a receiver for that as well. So while it's not cheap, it's definitely future proof, and it's a good investment, because if you're going to be doing content or doing YouTube, whatever you're doing, bad audio is worse than bad visuals, to be honest. You want to make sure you get good audio, even more than you get good visuals, because people can listen to you without watching you. But once your audio is bad, people can't even listen to you, and they won't enjoy watching you in the first place. So you want to have good audio. So yeah, you just stress about content creation, and I advise you to invest in good audio. I see this as an investment. While we are at the topic of investments, the next thing that I have that we're going to talk about some other time is this other mic. Now, I've been using this BM800 for a while. Again, BM800, because obviously it's not the original BM800, it's a knockoff of the original brand that I got for cheap. But I decided to invest again in good audio, and so I got this Fifine AM8, which is something I'll be talking about in another video. So you might want to stay tuned, you might want to subscribe, and maybe turn on your post notification bell so you can be among the first set of people to get this video when it comes out. And that is all for this video. If you stayed to this particular point of this video, thank you for staying to the end. Please like, please share, please subscribe. It helps to encourage me to make more videos, and yeah, see you guys in the next one, and bye.